It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
It's a venue and a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Love throwing to start us off. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Love out of the shotgun. Caught by Jacobs. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
Turning to Jacobs on third. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on first. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. Running on first here with Jacobs. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Completes this one to Kraft. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun now for Love. This one taken in by Kraft. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Jacobs takes it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Steven Sims with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, are not open very long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Darnold to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Walker now from the gun. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Staying with Walker. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They go play action on first. That's incomplete left side.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered feed on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Toss play, this is Walker. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Motioning him from the slot right. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They've been moving it well, but face a 3rd down here. He has the first over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Walker on first down. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks start off well to tie things 7-7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Nicole Hardman now on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Now hang on. Looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Toward the sideline and caught by Reed. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
Ooh, Mike McDonald not liking what he saw. The challenge flags hit the field. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So the challenge ends up successful. He, in fact, did not get both feet in. This is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Play fake. It's Love. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. And the kick by Folk is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Sims now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This is Walker on second. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10. Now Darnold, flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down, ball at the 36. Off to Walker from the gun. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Second down now, 7 to go. This time it's a passing play. That's Kupp on the slant. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're set up at the 35 now. Play action on first down. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now an inside give to Walker. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Rashawn Gary with that tackle.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Walker, and he's brought down for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Darnold looking to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks get some late points and the lead. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Hardman with a return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
The Packers trying to hurry to the line. From the 35 on 2nd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The Packers trying to hurry to the line. 1st down throw, here's Love. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Love to throw again. Caught quickly on the slant. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Third and 4 coming up now. Love. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks are going to take over late in the half. And they'll have enough time to try to get into field goal range. Just a shade over 40 seconds remaining in the half. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Darnold. He's throwing deep to the left. Wide open, downfield. Got it! There it is. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks grow their lead just before halftime. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. Hope you weren't settled in to call a long drive there, partner, because only took him a matter of seconds to go all 80 yards and hit pay dirt.
Are you kidding me? I love big plays just like everybody in the building loves big plays, and it took all of them. The guys up front doing their job, and certainly the playmakers to finish it.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks drive their lead to 11. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers offense headed out late in the half. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Love. This is on target to Christian Watson. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Love. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Love on 3rd and short. Reed's got it. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. That brings us to the break, and it's the Seahawks taking a lead into that visiting locker room. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. On now is McManus to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. On the carry, it's Walker. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They go play action here. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Following that last play, want to keep that pedal down. 1st and 10 from the 45. Off the play fake, he'll throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. It's Walker on the give. And he's got this down to the 40. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that extends their lead to 14.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. Returns looking good so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Love out of the shotgun. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Putting a receiver in motion. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Byron Murphy there to make the play. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Fakes the handoff, now Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Seahawks are ready for another drive on offense as Jackson Smith-Njigba heads out. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Darnold. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a pickup of 11. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running with Walker again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
And the Packers at a 5th DB out there for this 3rd down play. Here's Darnold. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down punt from the Seahawks. And that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Packers will take over possession. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. To the air with Love. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Jaden Reed, the intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Jacobs running behind center. And he'll only drive this forward to around the 26. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Play fake, it's Love. That's caught for the 1st. A lot of grass ahead. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Christian Watson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Sims now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running is Walker. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. That was Kenny Clark on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Now Darnold. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So 2nd down coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Throwing off the play fake here. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Packers into a nickel defense, 3rd down. Darnold looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. And the jumpiness cost him 5. First and goal a little bit tougher here. Here's Darnold to throw. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Seahawks lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers and receiver Christian Watson ready to go once again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Second and 3 now. Love from the gun. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Third down from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down Packers.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Complete out to the right side. And this one does not go far. Second down now, 7 to go. from the 38. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Throwing now, off play action. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Loves to throw again. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. On the option, it's Jacobs. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Sims now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that first down marker. Second and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return and gets it back to the 20. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
The Packers send out their punting unit. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawks football. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. It's Walker on the option. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. Buys time, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
They'll send out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The home team's back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. First down throw, here's Love. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. He'll look to throw it. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. The Packers take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Back to throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now to throw. Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Throwing now. He's on the move. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. Left the offense out there on fourth down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Reed's got it. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its second. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They're now set for first and 10. Here he is to throw. Drops back. Needs an open man.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Setting up to pass. This one's caught. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
To throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Trying to push this past the marker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
The Seahawk offense taking the field now. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
You know, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken by the Packers, their third and final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Staying with Walker. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time.